My name is Dan Schmitt, and this is Team Chicago Challenge. We're in Dexterville, Wisconsin for the Central Wisconsin Ice Racing Association State Championship. There are hundreds of riders, and it looks like thousands of spectators here for some motorcycle, ATV, quads, three-wheelers, studded, unstudded. They've got everything here. They got a whole bunch of races. So today we're going to be looking at the final events. So let's go check out some racing action from Dexterville, Wisconsin. First race we get a chance to look at is 250 Pro. Danny Peterson's 177, Davey Durrell. Jumping up front, number 51. That's Cliff Eccles Jr. Jeff Vedette, 122, is moving in there. Davey Durrell, 58, National Flat Track Star. Danny Peterson, 177. Things are happening really fast in this class. These guys are flat flying. Still up front, Cliff Eccles from Marshfield. Jeff Vedette in second. Danny Peterson has now moved up to third. Danny Peterson from Franklin Park, Illinois. Davey Durrell, National number 58. Back to fourth place. Got a Yamaha up front. Kawasaki, Honda, Kawasaki. Danny Peterson really flat flying out here, but this Cliff Eccles from Marshfield on the Yamaha is running away with this. This guy really gets around the racetrack quite well. Jeff Vedette trying to catch up. Jeff Vedette, the ISDE International Star, picking up the win is Cliff Eccles Jr. from Marshfield. Jeff Vedette, Danny Peterson. Fourth place, fifth place was Tom Luther from Des Plaines. Now we're going to look at the 200 novice bike. Number 8, he's only on an 80, but there was only a few 80s. In fact, he was the only 80. They couldn't even make a class, so he's got to run with these 200s. Getting around quite smart. But the rest of the bikes are 200, 175, 200 Kawasaki's. Up front is number 100. It's Joe Bales from Marshfield. Missed that number to second place, guys. Number 100, Joe Bales, second place. That's Mike Smith from Scobofield. Another Kawasaki's, probably 200 Kawasaki's. So number 8 and that 80cc really doesn't have much of a chance. 57's Kevin Vermacki. Going on to pick up the win. Watch number 8. Now we're looking at one of the unstudded three-wheel classes. It's 250 Pro rubber ATV three-wheelers. For those out there that thought the federal government would get rid of all the three-wheelers, maybe we shouldn't let Jocelyn Elders see these guys racing. Up front is number 2. It's Scott Lunner. We got a battle going on. Looks like a 4-stroke now. Could be wrong. Let me check this out as he comes around. No, that's number 23. That's Brian Vanillion. This guy's really pitch it in. Full lock slides. These unstudded three-wheelers, and it looks like they're having a blast. Still up front, number 2, but he's drifting a little wide. That's Scott Lindman. This guy breaking through the pack. Still got that battle up front though. Moving up front, number 7, Brandon McCarthy. Number 2 looks kind of wild. Guy's trying to get all the weight on the back wheels. Anything to get some traction. They're getting around quite smart. White flag coming out, number 2 still up front. That's Scott Leonards. 301 is making the move now. 301 is Shane Kruger from Antigo. Uh-oh, he's sliding too wide here. Now moving up front. Is that number 301? Is that Shane Kruger's? Sure is. Made his way through the pack, up to the front, slipping wide, gets that front end up and picks up the win. Now we're gonna look at the rubber bikes, unstudded, up front, number 9. It's Jerry Throom from Winona, Minnesota. 67 is Mike Latman from Winona, Minnesota. Battle going on for 3rd between Don Myers, number 10, and number 20, Pete Thies. We swing over to the front. 09, it's Jerry Throom. And right behind him, 67 is Mike Latman. These 2 riders out of Minnesota. Out having a good time. Number 20, it's Pete Thies, and number 10 is Don Myers from Wausau, Wisconsin. It's an unstudded class, plain tires, no modification to the tires. Anybody can come out and enter this class with any motorcycle, but going on and pick up the win was Jerry Throom. 67 is Mike Ladman, and earlier we had a chance to talk to him, so we're going to go to that interview right now. I'm with Mike Latman from Winona,
Minnesota.
Okay, now you're running this Yamaha. What year is this thing?
1975 Yamaha 250 MXB is what the motor is.
Okay, and you got it sitting in a
Chaney frame, yep.
Okay, now you also have this Yamaha over here, which is a 600, which I'm thinking about developing, and looking at how you got this thing set up. There's a couple things I'm going to use when I put mine together. Now, I understand that you are the open class champion, pro class champion.
Yep.
So how long have you been ice racing?
15 years, I think, something like that. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Have you been running with these guys from central Wisconsin all that time?
Yeah, most of the time. I go over to the Twin Cities area and run with some of those guys, you know, on and off. Travel around a little bit.
All right, well, that's the thing about this series. You guys basically run a different track every weekend, and you travel all the way from Minnesota all the way over to Marshfield.
Wausau, Indigo, you know, all over. You know, it's nice. It's a one weekend you may have a track that isn't very fun or it isn't a good track,
Right.
but you can always depend on the next week probably be better or.
And the tracks don't get beat up. I mean, I know one thing when we're running down in Illinois, the tracks would end up with big grooves. And
Yeah, these are brand new every day, every time, or every week I should say.
all right, being a motorcycle racer, though, what do you think? You got, I think, too many quads and three-wheelers.
Yeah, it's a sport where you got to have the participation. It'd be nice to have all bikes, but you need all the people. So the quads, I don't ride a quad, and I wish there wasn't so many, but they make it exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you tell me a little bit about this unstudded class? Now, I asked you because I looked at your rear tire and I said, don't you guys tenderize the tires like they do in Indiana where they have these side hacks and they got the back tires? And you said they've outlawed it now?
Yeah, we outlawed it because a lot of times you have fresh people that come in. We go to a different town and guys will get together and they'll say, let's go out and run, Well, they could come out and run with us, but they're not competitive if we have our tires all chopped up.
Right.
Because I mean, you'd be surprised though, you could go with rubber tires with just,
What kind of traction you'll get?
Yeah, major, and so now people can come right off the street basically and run right with us.
Right, they can get on their motocross bike and come out and at least give it a try.
And we're trying to get a bigger class. Everybody's watching how much fun we have in the rubber class, and they're like, is that fun or is it really?
Right.
I mean, it is hairy, but it's fun because it's not real, where you're going to get hurt so easy like the studded class.
Right. Okay. Now another thing is, you are you going to be the champion? I mean, you got the point lead now that you made the final. Is that?
Yeah, I made the final now, and I'm going down to Daytona next week to race. So I'm going to miss next weekend's race. So I was kind of worried. But now that I qualified, no matter what I get, the guy that is in second place now didn't qualify. So.
Oh, so even if he wins next week, you've got it.
Still got it. Yeah.
You got it wrapped up, right? So tell me a little bit about this 600. One thing I noticed, there's a couple of you guys here with these engines, and you got a single carburetor. Why did you get rid of the double carburetor?
The double carburetor, it's a lot more to when you want to change your jetting, change your carburation, you got to change everything. You got twice the problem, twice the work. This way you have one carb. It's a lot simpler, basic, and that's basically it. I don't know if you're losing a little power there maybe, but it sure is a lot easier when you got it.
Yeah, well, if I put one together, I mean, we're playing, but I do have access to a dyno, and I will have all summer in order to do the development work and try different carburetors.
Yeah. Although the guy that built this is Jerry Willamy, and I think he did it on a dyno, and that's what he came up with.
And he found this to work as good as the twin carbs.
Yep, seemed to.
Okay. All right. So you got any sponsors you want to mention?
Yeah, Alley Cat's Bar from Winona, Minnesota.
Oh, really? What do they do? They cover your entry fees, or they just?
They cover my entry fees, and it's some guys that I grew up with own the bar, and we just have a good time.
Okay, well.
It's really basically just myself, They really don't give me any money or anything, but.
Okay, well, in the final, you're going to be riding this 490 sitting over here. Now, what do you think of running a two-stroke compared to running a four-stroke?
It's been a lot of years since I ran one like that, and I was surprised how good it works on a rough track. You got a rough track like this, a motorbike works really good because you got the suspension.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And plus it's small. On a big track, that flat track bike will outdo it, but it works good. It was the first time I rode it. It was kind of, a little leery, but
well, you made the program.
Yeah, I had ridden that Brotex, and I blew a head gasket on that too, so I was kind of running out of bikes.
Running out of options. Okay, well, we'll be watching you out there, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to take a look at the semi or the Consi race. Only a couple riders transferred. This is for the Open Pro class. Jumping out front, Don Wallbeezer, but right with him is Mike Lampman on the 490 Yamaha. He's really borrowed a good bike. Don Wallbeezer's on the 600 Yamaha. His new project bike. He's really got that thing working, but he's got to get himself accustomed to riding a flat track bike. So here we got another confrontation between a flat track bike, number 18, and number 89 is a converted motocross bike. Got Randy Livingston from Rockford running in third place. But these guys are battling for that last transfer spot to the Pro Open Final. And they've got an added purse, so there's some money on the line, and these guys are getting it on. Next race we're looking at is the Pee Wee ATV. Number 8 is at Ashley Carl. She's on a Suzuki, but Brandon Anderson from Wausau, 161, is giving her a battle. This is a return to the same action in the heat race. They're back battling in the final. Third place looks like Ryan Berghagen from Platteville. What's Ashley Carl, number 8 on the outside. Drift a little wide, but she is a hell of a good rider. Next race we look at is Pro Motocross. Jumping out front, Jeff Fedette. Jeff Fedette, the ISTE International Star. This is a motocross bike. It's got the full travel, 21-inch wheel in the front, but Jeff has been experimenting with the 21-inch front wheel. And it seems like he's really got this thing working, but these bikes have to use the full travel in the rear. You cannot modify the rear suspension. John Strangefeld is on a Honda, number 29. 229s in this race, but I can't miss Jeff. 51 is Cliff Echoes Jr. from Mansfield on that Yamaha. So we got a cow, a Honda, Yamaha. This is the Pro Motocross. They're paying a purse, so these guys are really scraping. Now moving into second, Cliff Echoes. Cliff Echoes from Marshfield, Wisconsin. Whoa! John Strangefeld moving in through the corner. Let's watch him through this corner. Who's got the inside, the outside? John drifts a little wide and ends up third. Now looking at the Pro. Pro quads. Jumping up front, that's number 86. That's Fred Nafzer from Judah. Looks like his brother's right behind them. These guys really cook. That's it, number 6. Number 6 is Ray Nafzer from Judah, or it's Roy, can't tell for sure. Little brotherly love out there on the racetrack. Number 19 looks like Guy Robus from Vespa, Wisconsin. But these two brothers, they probably set up their quads together, but they're really hauling. Really throwing some snow dust up. Got Roy moving on the outside. Can he hold on to it? One lap to go. Still up front is Fred Nafzer from Judah. Second place is like Roy Nafzer. Third place looks like Guy Robus. Now we're looking at the junior ATV. Some more of these three-wheelers. Don't clue in the federal government because these guys are having a great time. Look at these full lock slides. Up front, number 11 is Justin Farner. He's on a 4-stroke Honda. I think it's probably 15 years old, but look at what a great time this guy's having. This is junior ATV. I don't know exactly what the age limit is. Watch him pitch it in down this straightaway. There he is. Pitch it in. Get on the gas. Through the cush. Number 12. Looks like his brother, Gerard Farner. He gets away from that four-wheeler. so we can read the number on that four-wheeler. But Justin is having a great time out there. Watch him pitch it in. Get on the gas. And tell me if that isn't a picture of pure fun. Now we're going to have novice motocross bikes. Number 88, Sean Bruckman. But moving on the inside, number 9 is Anthony Buttles from Madison on a Kawasaki. 88 is Sean Bruckman. We go through 1 and 2. Third place looks like Corky Bernhagen from Junction City. But number 9 looks like he's got this thing dialed in. Now we're going to hit the open novice bikes. Zero is Brian Holder on that Rotex. What a gorgeous piece they put together. The 29 is up front. It's John Strangefelt on that Honda. I guess they allow 250s to run with the open bikes. I don't know exactly all their rules. These guys are having a great time out there. Brian Holder holding down 4th place. It's like John Strangefeld's up front, 2nd place. It's like Ed Crotcher from Neosville. Six, 17 is Steve Stewart from Mansfield. Going on to pick up the win, John Strangefeld. 89 is 2nd. And it's Ed Brothers. Open Pro, jumping up front. Is that Timmy Farrell? No. Here goes Jeff Fedette, Timmy Farrell. They just both went around Mike Ladman. And they have 490 Yamaha, but 58 is moving up. It's Davey Durrell. Jeff Fredette still up front on that Kawasaki. Davey Durrell is on a Rotex. Look at these guys go. Is this unbelievable? When you think they're crashing, it's no big. 3rd place is Mike Ladman. And that 490 Yamaha. Well, he's really getting accustomed. He's in some really fast traffic this weekend. Jeff Fredette, Davey Durrell going at it. Jeff's got the inside line. Boy, look at the speed. These guys are flying out here. Davey Durrell, nationally known flat tracker. Jeff Fredette, internationally known ISDE rider. Mike Ladman's running 3rd. Rick Holder's up there on that Rotex. Timmy Farrell somewhere, number 1. There's Timmy Farrell. We had Illinois, Harley Davidson from Berwyn, Illinois. 1 lap to go. Timmy's on back wheel, Mike Ladman. Swing across. Davey Durrell definitely has got this wrapped up. Jeff for that 2nd will slow it down a little bit. Davey Durrell picking up the win in the pro class. Jeff for that 2nd. 3rd place. With the Timmy Farrell, I think 4th place, Mike Ladman. Music by Engine, Mike Breach, Travesty, and Intrigue, and all that recorded at Fireside Studio in Westchester, Illinois. Timmy picked up 3rd. 4th place, Mike Ladman.
That is it from Dexterville. This is a found show. I was looking for the first show that I shot at Oshkosh, and these 2 tapes were sitting right next to that box with no number on the tapes. These shows have never been cable cast or broadcast. never been on TV. I hope you enjoyed watching these TV productions. I had big fun looking at them again and putting them back together again. For more information on the CWIRA, that's Central Wisconsin Ice Race Association, go to CWIRA.com, CWIRA.com, and they also have a presence on Facebook. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, send me a message at teamdan45@gmail.com, teamdan45@gmail.com, and remember, always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. And I highly recommend a trip to Jim Kirstein's World of Motorcycle Museum. Give him a call at 574-896-3172. The museum is just south of North Judson, Indiana, in Winnemac, Indiana, just off Indiana 39. It's a great day trip.